I am not the best artist. I've been trying to. How can I put this? I see this in my head like it was yesterday. This is what I saw. The moment of my outer body. I was 12 feet up and 12 feet back, and I slowly started to ascend down to ground level. As I started to ascend down to ground level, I immediately realized I was somewhere else. How can I explain this? Every thought was instantly answered. What happened? I died. Where am I? On the other side. It's just all answered. No question. Like you have a question and you answered, forget about it. So I wasn't a very religious person when I had my out of body. I believe in God, complete faith in God. What do I mean? Well, I believed in God so much that I hated the situation I was in, and I would point my fingers in the air. So I can't really say I was the best religious person to inspire somebody. Why am I speaking about religion and out of body? Well, I was at an event when I had my out of body, and it was where you die is pretty much where you're gonna pop out, and it might not be the same as where you are now. Like say a different dimension, but still in the same place on the map, just on the other side. Well, I'm still stuck in this warehouse, and I just suffered an out of body. I think there was a lot of spiritual forces in that old church. 3333 West Grand in Chicago. I remember the exact dates of the event I went to, but I had overdosed on something, and I went into shock, fear, afraid, first time hallucinating, and I had a heart murmur. That's a different story. Heart cramps didn't go away until that day. So as I ascended down to ground level, from my right crossing to my left, as you see this lady in beautiful blue velvet, and about 6 servants behind her wearing red velvet, most expensive fabric you can imagine, beautiful detail. It's been 20 years, so I don't remember every detail. I just remember her walking across, and I looked at her hands as she smiled at me. She looked at me, and she walked across with her hands down, and people were reaching up, trying to reach her fingertips as she walked across slowly, smiling at me. Hands were reaching up, trying to touch her fingers. I'm guessing she must have been about at least 9 feet tall. 9, 10 feet tall. To be reaching down and full grown people reaching up. It's about 7 feet high, right? And so her arms were a little bit spread across, so she about 9 feet was my guesstimation. I didn't know who she was. I didn't believe in what I know. From some other signs, I lost some of the articles, but I found an old painting after this, an old picture in a magazine of her, like the Virgin Mary wearing some beautiful blue velvet with the same like features, and the servants in red. So I was in awe months after this, but I didn't know. Okay, so moving on. People were reaching up. This is the moment of me leaving my body. So ascending down, I was probably like up here, coming down, like back across the room, and I can see everyone down. And then as I looked more down, I saw these. Like 4 feet tall. All I could say is like minions with like face that looks like it's been underwater for just covered in slime long, grunting like that. But I wasn't afraid of them. It's just when I would look down, I'd see that, and like screams of hell, which actually would sound like 150-mile-per-hour winds in a hallway. Like, that's pretty much screams. So that is my right after my out of body. So I decided to draw this today. Again, these are people reaching up with their hands reaching across, which all she had to do was put her fingertips down. That's just kind of grazing like that, like grazing people's hands. That's like waves of hands were reaching for it, like a magnet does. You know what I mean? Like her aura, her glow was just amazing, and everyone wanted to feel it. Well, that's just the beginning of my out of body. There's a lot more to it after that, but this is just a drawing that I wanted to put out there. I guess it's part of my my writings too.